Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack those mountain-high financial documents to get you the juicy bits. Today we are diving into something from Pearl Diver Credit Company Incorporated, and let's just say some numbers are surfacing that might just make you take a double dive before we get caught in the undertow. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We're dissecting these corporate reports so you don't have to. Also, we've got a fantastic Discord community where we break down these filings even further, and you can ask all your burning questions. The link is in the description below. Alright, what we have here is a filing with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC as it is more commonly known. Think of them as the referees of the stock market, making sure companies play by the rules and keep investors informed. This particular report, a Form 8K, is like a special bulletin. It is for reporting major events that shareholders care about right away, not just in the usual quarterly or annual reports. The report itself is dated the 8th of December 2025, and it covers events that happened around that time. It is for Pearl Diver Credit Company Incorporated, a company formed in Delaware. They've got a few different kinds of stock out there, including common stock, which is what most people think of when they hear stock, and a special series of preferred stock that is set to mature in 2029. Preferred stock is a bit like a hybrid between a stock and a bond. It often pays a fixed dividend, which is like interest, and usually doesn't have the same voting rights as common stock. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the numbers that tell us how the company is actually doing. They've got common stock, and the listed par value is practically nothing, just 1/10 of a cent. Per S-Hair, this is pretty standard and doesn't really tell us much about its real worth. What is more interesting is how this stock is traded, and it is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. A pretty major stage for any company. They also have that series of preferred stock we mentioned, which comes with a fixed dividend rate of 8.00% and is due in 2029. This is also traded on the New York Stock Exchange, under a different ticker symbol. Having these different classes of stock can mean different things for the company's financial obligations and how money flows. The heart of this specific filing under what they call other events here reveals some key financial information. It might seem brief, but it's a crucial update for anyone invested or looking to invest in Pearl Diver Credit Company Inc. This is the big number we get from the filing. Management is reporting that as of the 30th of November 2025, the unaudited net asset value per S-Hair of their common stock was $14.97. Now, net asset value or NAV is a really important metric, especially for companies like credit or investment firms. It basically represents the value of all the company's assets minus its liabilities, all divided by the number of outstanding shares. In simpler terms, it is what each share is theoretically worth if the company were to sell all its assets and pay off all its debts today. What is interesting here is that this is an unaudited figure. This means it is a snapshot provided by the company's own management, not yet verified by an external auditor. While it gives us a timely view, it is always best to see the audited numbers when they become available for full assurance. The fact that they are reporting this unaudited NAV suggests they want investors to have the latest possible information on the company's underlying value. It allows shareholders to gauge how the company's investments or loans are performing. A rising NAV generally means the company is growing its asset base or improving its profitability, which is a good sign. Conversely, a falling NAV could signal trouble. So, looking at this $14.97 per S-Hair, it is a number that investors will be comparing. They'll be asking, how does this compare to the stock's market price? Is the stock trading at a premium to its NAV? Meaning the market thinks the company is worth more than its assets suggest, perhaps due to future growth prospects or strong management. Or is it trading at a discount, which might signal an opportunity for value investors if they believe the market is undervaluing the company's assets without more historical NAV data reported in this specific filing. It is hard to say if this $14.97 is an increase or a decrease, but for investors in Pearl Diver Credit Company Incorporated, understanding the NAV and how it moves is paramount. It is the bedrock of what the company's equity is truly worth. Now, let's talk about the broader picture for Pearl Diver Credit Company Incorporated based on this filing. While we only have this single NAV figure for this report, it speaks to the company's core business, managing and growing its assets. Companies like this often deal with loans, investments, and other financial instruments. The health of their NAV is directly tied to the performance of these underlying assets and their effectiveness in managing risk and generating returns. One of the key things any investor should consider with a company like this is its debt. Preferred stock, while it has a fixed dividend, is still a form of capital that has to be serviced. If the company isn't generating enough income from its assets to cover those dividends and other operating expenses, its NAV can start to suffer. Also, the overall economic climate plays a huge role. Interest rate changes, market volatility, and the creditworthiness of those they lend to or invest in will all impact their NAV. For Pearl Diver Credit Company Inc., the fact that they are reporting this unaudited NAV is a positive step in transparency for investors. It signals that management is focused on providing timely updates on the company's financial health. However, the lack of more detailed financial statements in this particular 8K means we are only getting a partial view. Typically, a more comprehensive report like a 10Q or 10K would provide a fuller picture of revenues, expenses, and balance sheet details. Looking ahead, investors will want to see how this NAV figure evolves. Is it on an upward trajectory, suggesting strong performance and effective asset management? Or is it facing challenges? The company's strategy for acquiring assets, managing its debt, and navigating market fluctuations will be critical. Also, the presence of preferred stock means they have specific dividend obligations that need to be met, which can limit flexibility in tough times. In conclusion, Pearl Diver Credit Company Incorporated's latest filing offers a key insight into the net asset value of its common stock, standing at $14.97 as of late November 2025. While this is an unaudited figure, it is a vital metric for understanding the company's worth. The company is operating in the financial sector, where asset performance and prudent risk management are paramount. The existence of preferred stock adds a layer of fixed financial commitment. Investors should keep a close eye on how this NAV changes over time and consider the broader economic factors that influence companies in this space. So, what is your take on this NAV figure and what it might mean for Pearl Diver Credit Company Inc.? Are you seeing opportunity or caution here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out. And of course, subscribe for more decoded corporate insights. Don't forget to join our Discord community too. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.